Hi, Kristine. Everybody, welcome back once again. Today I am doing a general reading for customer, and I'm going to be using 4 decks. If I feel led, I'll get more, if led. All right, so I'm going to pull 2 cards from the Mystic Soul. I used several of these decks earlier. And I'm just in love with them right now. So, all right. Let's see. Kristine, look at the card that just came out. Okay. Now, for anybody who has not watched Kristine's other other video I did earlier today, I was connecting with her dad. This exact same card came out. Now, I can tell you that Kristine had her dad addressed some of the concerns Kristine was having. And I feel like this card just came out because it's like almost to validate to you, Kristine, that your dad is with you. Okay? These flew out, but that was an error on my part. I always know when a card is meant to be used in a reading. There's just a knowing. And sometimes when multiple cards come out, I look at it, I can tell instantly they are not meant. It was something I did instead of something meant for the person. Oh, look. Earlier today, I said the same thing, that if a card is meant to come out, it will. Even if I think it's a mistake on my part, that was one of the cards that just came out first. Okay? I feel like I need to choose a third one. So we'll see what comes out. Oh, Kristine. Okay. I feel like this card came out yesterday when I was connecting with somebody. But I will tell you that this card means different things in different readings. That was connecting to somebody who had passed away, and that was for the person that I was connected with. Okay? All right. So, all right. We're going to come back to those. All righty. Okay. I'm going to get my tarot deck for this reading. I chose some of my favorites. I was led to choose them, but it kind of helps that they were some of my favorites, especially the oracle cards. I was really happy that I knew they were going to be used in this. All right, so I am the other day I was doing a a double reading, just like I'm doing for you. There was connecting with somebody, and I did that one first for this client. And then the second one was the general reading, just like what I'm doing for you today here, Kristine. I just now feel like it's so easy to feel somebody that I previously connected with, and especially if I've just done it, like really a short time span. I feel that your dad is here. Okay. And that's 2 days in a row that this has happened, and he knows. I just told him he's welcome. And if he has any additional messages, I feel like the feeling he's giving me right now is that he's invested. You're his daughter. He's invested in your life, which I thought was really sweet. All right. First card that comes out, the Four of Wands. Now, this is talking about a celebration and joy, community, home life. And it's finding your place. That's what I feel like this card is saying to you, that you need to find your place in your own life. Like being comfortable in your own skin, like that saying. That's the feeling I'm getting for this, for you. I have a feeling I know what this one's about, but we're going to wait. We're going to wait and see if my intuition is correct. All right, we had 2 cards come out. Okay, another wands, 2 of wands. Okay. And the King of Cups. This stands for your dad. It's just validating to you that he's here. All right, let's go back to this one. This is the 2 of Wands, and it talks about, for you, it's saying about self-discovery. It's like you almost need to start from scratch in your life. And what I mean by that is you almost need to redefine yourself in your own life. Okay? And that's going to take a little bit of planning. And once you do that, then you're going to be able to more easily set your goals for your life and what you want for your life. Because right now, that's kind of up in the air. And that's definitely not a good feeling. I mean, none of us would like that, to tell you the truth. But it's also going to take some honesty about yourself to yourself, if that makes sense. Okay? All right. Your dad is, oh, I didn't realize all these cards had to have flipped. I didn't even notice that. And your dad is just sitting here in the background. He's comfortable doing that. He doesn't want to come up to the forefront just yet. It's like he's here just to support you, which I think is amazing that he's doing that. This is 2 days in a row that this has happened. And both days like I said earlier, I did the connection with the loved one first and then the general reading second. And both times that parent I connected with showed up in the next reading. And that's quite amazing if you think about it. All right. So, we've got some general things going on here. Okay? Finding yourself, being comfortable within yourself, knowing the plans that you have and the goals you have for your life, is what is best for you. Not for other people, but for you. All right. Now, this is the Ace of Wands. This is talking about new beginnings, new opportunities, and the potential for growth within yourself. You just have to have the desire for that growth. And it's going to take some hard, it might end up, this is way too many, guys. Let's look, just in case they come out again. Page of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, the Star, and Strength. All right. Now, you had talked about your job and your home life and your family. But so far, what this is telling me is that you have to make some changes. You're not going to be totally fulfilled in your life until you go through this hard work. That's what I'm seeing. And I believe that's what this transformation card is about. I feel you're going to make these changes. It's not something that, oh, if and when. What I'm seeing is that you're going to do this. The light card is just your dad letting me know that you're here, that he's here for you. Okay? We have 3 cards that came out. Let's talk about this 2 of Cups. All right. I'm going to put those back. We're going to take a look here. Oh, these cards are just... Good Lord. This was happening in your reading with your dad, too. Like, it's just a ton of cards flipping out. Normally, it doesn't happen this often, but it is today. Like, it's just gonna be one of those days. It really is. All right. All right, this is the Queen of Swords. That's it's a strong, independent mother figure. But not everybody would say it is, but I'm just saying that's what I'm seeing for you. You love your family, you love your son, and you want to do what's best for him. So I would say that is a very good descriptor of you. I might come back to that one. Way too many cards again. Wands are coming out like crazy. People would a lot of times ask me, why do you, oh, Lord. Okay. These 3 cards came out a little while ago. The Strength, the Star, and the Wheel of Fortune. We're going to remember those. I'm going to reshuffle these cards to make sure that they are all nice and mixed up again. All right. I mean, and I know you talked to me about having that the company you work for might be sold. And I feel like that's bringing you to the point where you are right now. That quite a few things are all up in the air. And that's, when it comes to you, that's really not a good thing. I feel like you do not function beautifully when things are a little bit chaotic. And I don't mean that in a, oh, Lordy. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just what I'm feeling about the type of person that you are in your life. You like things to be very, very orderly without chaos. Okay? All right. This goes, let me move this stuff. Okay, here. All right. This is a Knight of Pentacles. And this is talking about having that routine, working hard, being responsible. And I think that is a really good descriptor of you. And it goes along with exactly what I just said. It's about having a routine and having things be the way they should. So, I think the bottom line of what this is saying is, right now, there's way too many things up in the air for you that you really do have to sit down and basically, it may feel very overwhelming, but it'll be worth it in the end. You need to sit down with a piece of paper and a pen and write down goals. Okay? That's what's coming in life. What's working in your life and what's not working. And then from that point, it's all about making a plan for yourself. Because life is just so uncertain. If you think about it, there's not many of us that can say, oh, next week, 100% sure, I know I'm going to have that job. I mean, I've been at my job for it's going on 8 years in management. And I'm very realistic about this. That you go in, you try your best, but if a downsizing starts happening, none of us are guaranteed a job. So when it comes to this, what is causing this upheaval within yourself is, and I hope nobody thinks I'm being mean when I say this, I think it stems from not having a plan, not having things solid in place. Now, with your reading about your dad, I also feel that because of losing your dad this month last year, that's also, there's an old saying that says, upset the apple cart. So, and your dad had some really good advice, and I would echo everything that his advice. He was right on track. He knows you 100%. And the steps you need to take to find that balance again in your life. Now, I honestly, you're going to get there. It's just going to give yourself a break. Cut yourself some slack. I feel like you're too hard on yourself. But there are steps you can take that are going to make you be able to go, take a deep breath. Like, we always feel better, especially, sorry guys, but I can only speak from a woman's point of view here. Women, a lot of us tend to we like to know the when, where, how. I mean, that's just in a lot of us how we are. And when we don't have that, our lives can feel very chaotic. So you need a plan. Okay? You need to sit down, like I said, and write out a plan. Where do you want to be a year from now? What do you want to have happened a year from now? If the company I work for, if it gets sold, do I have a plan in place to be able to provide for myself and for my son and support him in college and the things like that? Okay? All right. Just a second. Like I said, my intuition's telling me you're going to get there. I truly believe that. 100%. Things are going to get back on track. I think that's what this is saying. This synchronicity. I can't talk today. And to me, that is like, okay, if you see this card, I love this card. It has, I can't pick it up, but I love it. If you really look at it, it's talking about you. Okay? Now, this analogy right here. You say, okay, I want to grow a tomato bush. Because I want to grow my own tomatoes. Okay, I've got the dirt. That's it. There has to be a plan. You got to have the dirt, the seeds, the water, the sun. You've got to have everything to make this work. Your plan of growing your own tomatoes. So I think this is a perfect card for you. And if you have that plan in place, I feel like your stress level about the unknown is going to go way down. Okay? All right. I am going to this is an oracle card, which I love. Huh. Okay. This one. Give me a second. I'm going to move these all up. Because when I look at it, it doesn't look like it's in the picture frame very much. All right, now this is the Oracle card. You got the cold card, and it's not talking about your personality. It's not. It's talking about, this has to do with what happened within yourself after your dad passed. Do you remember your, in your dad's reading, connecting to him, he talked about this exact same thing. So I feel like this is just verifying what your dad has said. It's like validating what he said is correct. It's about after you lost your dad, things kind of went in, nothing felt like it was right. And I feel like you've been battling that ever since. It's been a struggle. And this card is talking about being detached and not feeling all the emotions that you normally would feel. And like I said, your dad talked about this in his reading. Okay? I feel like I was actually really happy that I did your dad's, connecting to your dad, your reading with him first. Because I just felt like, man, he knew you the best out of anybody. All right. All right. This next card, you got the solution card. This card is validating all of this, especially this. It's the solution card. It talks about, let me hold this up. It's a strategy or answer found to overcome a problem or a challenge. That's what we were just talking about here. For most things in our life, there's something we can do to turn things around. Some things in life we can't, such as, like, I lost my dad, right? During, when we were in our pandemic. That was something I had zero control over. Same for you. It kind of throws you into a tailspin when that happens. It's like, okay, nothing is the same anymore. But usually, there's a solution to almost most problems. Okay, now, you got the end card. Let me hold this up. And it's talking about, I know it shows a graveyard here, right? But this card for you is talking about when something came to an end. Like losing your dad. And it's what it's saying down here, a state of being final with no continuation or progress. That's something that you had zero control over. The job, you have control over that. Which I think that if you had some peace of mind about that, that would have the other things that you have concerns about, that could possibly have those things fall in line. Like you're a provider for your son. That's a big worry for you about your job. And if you think about it, this is also talking about your job. If your company gets sold, can you do anything about that? No. Those are one of those things that you cannot change. But what you can do is have a plan in place already in the chance that the company you work for gets sold. Okay? That is under your control. I love that your dad's just here. And he's just sitting there. He showed me a picture of him just sitting in like one of those lazy boys. And he's just rocking. And he's just listening. And he's satisfied to do that. The feeling he's giving me is that's where he needs to be. He doesn't need to be in the forefront and giving advice. He feels like he already did that in his reading. He's just here just to support you. Okay? Now, you got the Justice card, right? And this is not talking about like court, that type of justice. This is just talking about fairness and truth. Making decisions based on what is right. And what this card is saying for you is you have to do what's best for your life. Like all of us. Whether that is you and your son, you and your partner, you have to do what's best for you. It talks about down here making decisions based on what is right. What is right for you in your relationship? I bet you already know the answer to that. We all have a basic intuition built into us. Okay? We just need to learn how to tap into it. It's like those gut feelings that we all have. If you feel that, how can I put this? If you feel that you are not growing in your relationship, in other words, the relationship has gotten to the point where it's stagnant, you got to come back to this. Making decisions based on what is right for you. Okay? If you feel that you are in this kind of a funk right now in your life, like, I'll go back to what we've been talking about. There's things that you can do. There's decisions that you can make. Oh, this is a lot. Okay. All right. Those are going back. I'll remember them if one of them comes out. This is a newer deck. And sometimes until you wear down these edges of this sparkly stuff, it can be quite hard to shuffle sometimes. It's like, it just is. It's like the struggle is real. I hope you don't feel that I'm being overly harsh. I feel like it would be unethical for me to not tell you what the cards are saying for you in this reading. If things are coming out, there's a reason. I spend some time before I even turn on my phone, okay? Going over exactly what issues you raised that you wanted to get some help with. And it's almost like a form of meditation to me, going back over these things, okay? Now, I think one of the big things here, the catalyst, well, I think there's two. Like I've already said, your dad left you very uncertain. You had to find a whole new norm for your life. I know exactly what that feels like. Then on top of that, you got this cloud hanging over you about this job. Because if you lose your job, wow, that's going to affect being able to support your son. For him to be going to college. Probably next year. So I feel like the uncertainty of life has you maybe feeling like you're in that funk, like things are out of control for you. And like I said, a couple things are, but the other things, you need to get up every day and remind yourself, I have control over my life with this, this, and this. I can make changes necessary to make my life better, whether it's in a relationship or having to find a new job. All right, let me see if I can. This is just validating what I've just said. That's what this is. It's the unreachable card. I'm going to scoot this back because, guys, I don't have anybody watching. I do not follow along with, oh, the spreads have to look like this and they have to be this design. That is not the type of tarot reader I am. Never have been, probably never will be. Okay. This is the unreachable. This is validating what I just said. Put aside the things you cannot change. that are 100% out of your hands. Put those over here. Okay? Focus on what you can change in a relationship. You can change that. You just have to be honest with yourself about, am I willing to settle? Not that those qualities that that person has are just horrible or nothing. That is definitely not what I mean. But you need to ask yourself those hard questions. Okay? Be honest with yourself. If after, oh, sorry. If you're not comfortable writing that type of thing down because you don't want to hurt the person in your life, right? Go through it in your mind. Or write them down and burn it afterwards. You know? I mean, but it might help just to be able to see it written down in front of you. Are you settling? If everything stayed exactly the same as it is today, 5 years from now, would you be happy in that relationship? That's a question you can only ask yourself. Nobody can answer that for you. I can just tell you what I'm seeing here. All right. You got the Rubik's Cube card. This is talking. I love this. I absolutely love this. I'm going to put this card up. I hope you guys can see this. I mean, I'm having some serious lighting issues here lately. This card is talking about view problems from a new perspective and understanding will deepen. View problems from a new perspective and understanding will deepen. That's just verifying what we just talked about. I have a feeling you're a very smart woman. I know it, but it does. If you're like me, I go to somebody and to talk about, here's the issues. And it's like we all kind of need that, whether it's a friend or a medium or a tarot reader. Just gotta choose wisely is all. Okay. This one, you got the seasoning card. That's the one I pulled. This is about finding a balance in your life. And what it's talking about is maintaining a balance between effort and reward and satisfaction doubles. This is talking about doing the hard work, whether it's about a job or a relationship. You need to put the hard work in. And at the end of it, your satisfaction will double because you'll know that you did that. Nobody did it for you. You did it on your own. And it's connected to like right here, viewing problems from a new perspective. Okay? We all have issues. We all have problems. That's just life, right? At times, we're all What was it, about 9 years ago? I'll give you a very good example. I went to school. I started over, going back to school. Most people would say pretty late in life. I spent the money, got a good education, and went into an aspect of the medical field. 1 year later, the company that had hired me, and I enjoyed the department I was working in, laid off 500 of us in Wisconsin alone. We went from having a job, having that financial security, to 9 days later, we're leaving the office with our stuff, with 30 days severance. I mean, none of us know the future of our jobs. That's what brought me to where the job I'm in right now, in management. And that could be gone 30 days from now. In my head, what I do is I do exactly what I'm telling you. I practice what I preach. I have a plan, because I don't want to ever be caught off guard like that again. Going through your savings, that you built up for a year. All right. This is the last card. And it's the globe card. And remember your Rubik's cube? Getting perspective? Getting a new perspective will cause your understanding to deepen. A new perspective will transform your thinking. Transformation. Transform. Not only was that, let me know about transforming your own life. This is just talking about gaining a new perspective, getting a deeper understanding of your own life. I hope I haven't come off a little bossy. I've been known to do that. But like I said, everything comes out for a reason. To kind of get yourself up out of this funk that you find yourself in, you need to get a renewed view of your life. You've had some major changes that would throw anyone off. It did for me. I was right in the same place as you. But you're going to be okay. You're very smart. Just life's been throwing you some curveballs lately. Okay? Some worse than others. Just sit down, think very realistically. What can you change? What is completely out of your hands to change? That's where this is telling you to start. You got to start small. And I think once you do that, it will also bring your relationship that you're in into focus also, where you can make a better decision about that. But I tell people it's a very old saying, don't put the cart before the horse. You've been through something really hard concerning losing your dad. That can greatly skew how you feel in your own life. So take it one step at a time. Make the decisions that are right for you. Remember this justice card up here. Take it one step at a time. Then you know when it all comes to it's said and done, that you've made the correct decisions for you and your son. All right? I hope I've made sense. I know this was a lot. And I want to thank your dad. I want to thank your dad for being here. He was just here to support you. Okay? All right, let me know if I can clarify anything or if something I didn't make 100% sense in. You know, I've known to do that every once in a while. It won't offend me. But enjoy the rest of your weekend. Give this some thoughts. Take it for what it is. But you have to, in the end, you have to make your own decisions about these life issues. Okay? Let me know if I can ever help.